Hello there, it's Rob Keating here with a Texit Coin presentation. I have a website which is shown on the slide on here at the moment, which is texitaustralia.com. So let's get into the presentation. And so work out how to shift in the slides. There we go, whoops. So digital currency is the future of money. Banks love it, governments love it. If crypto is the future of money, you can engage in it now and make a profit, or you can get dragged into it later, kicking and screaming. The choice is yours. The best part, it's not too late. You might have missed out on Bitcoin, which is sitting at around $100,000 per coin at the moment. So it's pretty hard to jump in and make a lot of money with that. Bitcoin has become slow, it's expensive, and it's a centralized system controlled by banks and mega corporations, which wasn't the intention, but that's how it's become over the years. Also, foreign nations do a lot of the mining, pretty much in China. What started as peer-to-peer money is now just an online casino for the rich, with less than 1% of crypto actually used to buy goods. But here's the good news. All of that chaos creates the perfect opportunity for us to do it right. Meet Bobby Gray. He's the founder of Texit Coin. He had been manufacturing gold, silver, and copper coins for the past 16 years. In 2012, Bobby had the honor of creating the original Bitcoin, an actual physical coin you could touch and feel. Up until then, Bitcoin was just something you didn't really have a grasp of. It was just something people said it's worth money and everyone went along with it, but you couldn't actually get a feeling for what it was. So Bobby created a physical coin. In 2017, Bobby launched cold storage coins to make it easier for people to physically store Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So that's like an actual coin that's like a wallet. And being a cold storage coin means you can receive the money, but you could not transfer it until you make it into a hot storage coin. These coins are now sold on Amazon and other online platforms. Despite Bobby's deep roots in precious metals, he is now convinced that cryptocurrency is the future of money. It's faster, cheaper, more transparent, and clearly the choice of the next generation. So why Texit Coin? Why would you want to get involved in a project for Texit Coin? First of all, it's mined on USA soil in the great state of Texas. Texas has advantages due to a power grid that's cheap, so it makes it easier to run more efficiently and cheaper with the mining rigs that Texit Coin is using. Liquidity. I know for sure that you can actually sell your Texit Coin, and depending on the methods you're using, you can have cash in a bank account within about an hour. Sometimes it might take a bit longer, or there's even an option of converting Texit Coin to USD C or T and putting it onto a Bitcoin, not a Bitcoin, a debit card that will actually draw on your crypto. So I have personally sold crypto many times online, and I have gone through the process with Texit Coin. So if you hear people saying it's not liquid, well, they're wrong. It's on Dextrade, Uniswap, Bitmart, MEXC, Bitcomi, Weeks, and BingX. Or you can do peer-to-peer transactions. So it's quite easy to convert your Texit Coin into hard cash or other cryptos. So you have a cold storage wallet connected to your Texit Coin account. So each day people will receive coins to the cold storage wallet, and you can just keep that safe and sit on it until you decide you want to actually use your crypto. It keeps it very safe because there's no link to the outside world, so it's very hard to hack. With Texit Coin, it's very transparent, the project. You can go to minetxe.com or texitcoin.org and look at all the key statistics. So why don't I do that right now? No, we'll just save it for later. So you can see the hash rate, how much money's been earned by the project, how it's distributed, how many miners there are. So there's a wealth of information directly on those pages I referenced. Now, profit potential. There has been over 6,900% growth in the last year with the coin. Right now, it sits at around $3.85 per TXC token. It is expected to hit $80 per coin by February of 2026. So that's not a guarantee, but based on information put out by Bobby Gray, that's what his expected price will be at that time. To be a miner in Texit Coin, there's a one-time payment. So unlike network marketing where you have to buy products month in, month out, all you do is make a one-time payment for some miners. You can purchase from 1 to 9, although technically you can get up to 27. But in general, it's 1 to 9 mining seats. You just set and forget, and you collect your rewards every single day. It's passive income. So you buy your mining seats and you don't have to do anything else to collect the rewards. The mining schedule is set to run for 136 years. So from one mining seat, that can create generational wealth as the coin gets mined for the next 136 years. There's no rug pulls or pump and dumps, if you know what that is, and the coins were not pre-mined. This also creates generational wealth, which you can will to your family members or friends or your favorite charity. It's up to you. So in the past, if you were doing mining, you often had to have machines running at your house or some facility. But with Texit Coin, they do all the deployment of the mine infrastructure. And you can see on the side, Bobby Gray is actually standing next to one of the racks that has actual mineral oil, where the computers are actually dropped in that. So they sit in a liquid, which makes them 16 times more efficient in the cooling. The aim for Texit Coin is to deploy 35 1 megawatt containers across Texit as part of its 100 million megahash strategy. So right now, there's about 40,000 miners, and there's a few of these containers which have been set up or are close to being set up in Texas. So as I said, the plan is to have 35 of them spread across Texas, I should say. So why Texas? Mainly because of, well, Bobby lives there and electricity pricing is cheap. And the conditions are advantageous to doing such a project. So with the Texit project, Bobby Gray is putting a lot of the profits into advertising to raise the awareness of Texit Coin. You can see on screen now there are billboards across a lot of the airports in America. You can see that the one on the left is in Houston, then there's Dallas and Austin airports, and recently they've just added more signage in LAX, Miami, and Orlando airports. They're very high traffic airports, so Bobby wants to really grow the awareness of Texit Coin as we move from the first phase of building the mine to phase 2. There are hundreds of billboards across the USA now. So if you're in Texas, you're in Florida, California, keep an eye out, you'll probably see them. There's also a Texit Coin hot air balloon, which was recently in a balloon festival in Plano, Texas, I believe. But that's not all.
Welcome back to episode 3, State of the Frogs with your head coach, Sonny Dykes. This week, we're brought to you by a brand new sponsor, Coach, Texit Coin. It's a fast and affordable blockchain-based cryptocurrency founded by a guy named Bobby Gray, Coach. He's a Texan. He created his 4 Texans. It's mineable only in Texas. I don't know what you know about cryptocurrency, Coach, but Texit Coin is here to stay, and they're a brand new sponsor of the show and friend of the program, so hope you're okay with that.
Yeah, I know. It's awesome. Happy that they're supporting the show and interested to hear more about it.
Yes, sir.
TCU, Texas Community University football team. So you can see on the screen there's a talk with the coach, and Texit Coin is the sponsor for that. Also, recently, Texit was a platinum sponsor for the Token 2049 conference in Singapore. As part of that, there was a huge booth, so lots of people could learn about Texit over in Singapore. Also, Bobby Gray had a slot on stage to talk about Texit Coin and spread the word amongst a huge crypto mining community. Crypto community, I should say, not just mining. There's also discussions with the Dallas Mavericks NBA team and the Texas Rangers baseball team, but nothing's been finalized with that. That's just in the works. So if it becomes official, you'll definitely hear about it. So stage 1 of the project, as I said, is building the mine. So right now it's the largest or third largest, I'm not sure exactly. I did hear it's the largest, but also I've heard it's the third largest crowdsourced, crowd-funded crypto project in history. Once the mine has been built, it moves into stage 2, where layer 2 blockchains are launched. So there's 300 municipalities that are lining up to join Texit and to use the coin as a downtown digital dollar. So that will be a stable coin backed by Texit. So a lot more details will come about that later. But right now the focus is on actually building the mine, creating a stable platform for people to use in the future. So how does it work and how do you get started? What you can do is talk to me about jumping in. You will need crypto to actually make your payment. There are various options. The starter pack is $9.95 US, and you get 1 seat. There's also other options. You can get 3, 5, or 9. And depending on the time you're watching this, there can be bonus seats. So you need to check at the time you actually watch this and see what's relevant. Once you actually pay your money, make the payment, the very next day you'll start receiving the rewards. You'll get access to the dashboard, which will show how much you're earning each day. If you're in the USA, you also get sent one of the cold storage coins or wallets and a welcome pack, which has information. There'll also be an email sent to you with details about how to get on board with the Telegram group, which has lots of information about Texit Coin so you can keep up to date with what's going on. Also, once you join, you get access to a weekly miners call where Bobby Gray jumps on and talks all about the good and the bad with the project at the time. That's on Tuesday nights, American time. And also on Thursdays, there is a presentation for new people that are interested in learning. So if you're a miner, you can refer people to that. Also, there's a great community of people working together to actually spread the word about Texit. There are people called Texit Rangers that do presentations. They have a support person to help them with onboarding people. So there's really good support, which unfortunately didn't exist at the time in the early days with Bitcoin, or still doesn't exist. There's no structure behind Bitcoin. You just see it on the exchanges and buy it as you want. For me, unfortunately, I had a $1 billion mistake with Bitcoin. Way back in 2010, I actually saw the Bitcoin pizza story where a guy bought 3 pizzas from Papa John's for 10,000 Bitcoins, which are worth billions of dollars now. So back then I heard about that story and I thought, oh, why not grab $100 worth? So I placed my order, but for some unknown reason, I wasn't able to have that successfully go through. And if it had, and I just sat on those coins until right now, that's actually worth $1 billion. But even if the transaction did go through, I'm sure I wouldn't have sat on them for that long. But back then there was no support, so my order didn't go through and I went, oh, well, didn't work. I just won't worry about it. But with Texit, you have a lot of support. There's over 80 staff. You can submit help tickets. There's the Telegram group, which I mentioned, which has a lot of resources. There's also so many videos on YouTube where you can look through. And any question you need answered, someone will have the answer for you. You just need to ask. Now, with Texit Coin, you can just have it completely passive, set, forget. Don't worry about having to promote it to anyone. But if you decide to actually want to earn additional income from it, there's a compensation program, which is called the Rapid Rewards. And you are rewarded by spreading the word. But as I said, it's purely optional. But once you get in, you see how good the program is. It's something you do want to share. Now, with anything, it's up to you to do your research. But when I first heard about this in May of 2025, I used ChatGPT to do my research and also searched on Google, and I did come across articles that were putting down Texit, saying it's a scam and all that sort of stuff. But I also found a lot of positive information, and it's pretty much impossible to find someone that's actually in the program that has anything bad to say. Once you're in, you receive your rewards each day. Bobby's doing everything that he says he has set out to do, which is collect the money, purchase the mining equipment, and set it up. On top of that, he pays the commissions every single week on time, and he does a lot to promote the project, as I mentioned, through all the advertising. So really, this is a project that you can jump in and feel pretty confident about. But of course, there's no guarantees with anything in life, so you just never know. So I wouldn't be selling my house and putting all my money into it. Not that you could anyway, because there are actual limits on what you can put into the project. If you want more than the 9 seats, what you do is roll up your sleeves, like Bobby says, and work for it by promoting and spreading the word. So as I mentioned before, a single mining seat is $995 US. You can buy 5 currently and get 1 for free, or buy 9 and get 2 for free. Also, if you do decide to share the program, you can actually get the 1-2 free. So share it to one person, you get absolutely nothing. Share it to another, and you get a free seat. There's also the limitless binary program, which I mentioned. So you can get commissions of $1,000 to $3,000 per week. But there's more details about that coming up. But sharing is optional, as I have mentioned before. So with the binary compensation plan, you have a left leg and a right leg. And once you get 3 people on one side and 3 on the other, so 3 on the left, 3 on the right, you qualify for a $1,000 commission. Or you can take that as hash power. So if you're not desperate for the money, it's well worth converting the commission into hash power so you can grow the number of seats you have in the mine. Something with Texit Coin is that there's a limit of 9 points that you can earn in a week. So if you were a really, really big recruiter and you got like 40 people and 20 either side, you actually lose the benefit of getting all those people because 9 is the limit for each week. So it will carry over to other weeks once the 9 has been deducted. But if you had, like, as I said, 40 and 40, you're just not going to benefit. Although other people will benefit below you because it all rolls down. So you will benefit in certain ways because you'll get more hash power, but 9 is the limit per week. So the elephant in the room. What we are not, what Texit Coin is not. It's not an investment or a security. It's not a Ponzi or a pyramid scheme, because the Ponzi relies on people at the top having people come in after them, and the payments from the most recent person trickles up to the people higher up. With Texit, if absolutely no one recruited people this week, there would be no money owed to anyone because there are no guarantees for the payments to be made, and you only earn based on rewards that are earned each week. Texit Coin is not an MLM either. It's a referral program. There's no auto ships, no monthly auto ships and all that horrible stuff that comes with MLMs. There's no yearly subscription fees. It's just a one-time payment. Or you could upgrade after you decide, like you might just want to get 1 seat to start with. You can upgrade and buy more up to the limit of 9. And as I said before, there's no recruiting required. You just buy your mining machine and then you just sit there and do nothing if you want, and you will actually receive your rewards every single day. What we are a crowd-funded project where we offer TXC tokens in return. There's an affiliate platform that offers weekly commissions, which I touched on a bit earlier. There's peer-to-peer payments that people can make. So a business might want to accept Texit Coin and you can pay them through the wallet. And there are no banks or middlemen involved. It's all decentralized. This project is funded by the people for the people. And we're at a pretty big milestone, just about to hit $100 million in revenue through the company. So a recap, one-time payment is all that's required to get started, and you will earn daily TXC rewards. At the moment, for that one position, you get about 0.5 of a Texit Coin per day, which is only about $2 per day, but it may not sound great at the moment, but it's a lifetime of earning. And as the value of the coin goes up, your coins become more and more valuable. You track your earnings through the Texit dashboard, or you can actually get a Texit wallet and see your balance grow through that. You can have it on your phone. You can also grow how much you're earning via referrals, and also there's a huge community behind this project. So what do you need to do now? You need to actually purchase your mining seats, join the weekly Zooms and the Telegram group for updates, share your referral link with others if that's what you decide to do, and you will earn more hash power or USDC. if you're in America, you will actually get your cold storage coins sent to you. But if you're international like I am, you don't actually get that anymore. But I was lucky I actually got mine. And we have a Q&A if there's anyone out there with questions. So I just have to check. Just checking for my live stream. No, doesn't seem to be anything. Okay, so that's the end of the presentation. Now, something that will probably be quite interesting to you is just how much can you earn through each seat. I've actually got a spreadsheet which is for educational purposes only. So let's bring that up. Just give me a second to take it over. Boom. Not sure if you can see that just yet. I don't think it's come up. Stop screen sharing, start screen sharing. Whoops. Whoops, wrong button. Sorry about this. Just need to work out how to bring it up. Cancel window. There we go. Okay, so what you should see, what you see on screen is a Texit Coin reward estimator that I've created for educational purposes. So I'm not giving any income guarantees. It's just for your information to see just what's possible. So currently you're earning around 5.6 coins per day if you have one mining seat. So that's not terribly exciting. It's about $2.25 US a day. So now what this table shows here is once the mine's fully built, the actual amount each person will receive per seat is 0.095. So we see here for one seat, once the coin value hits around $16, you will receive $1.52. Again, that's not a lot. So what would you want to do? You'd want to wait for the coin to go up in value, or you'd want to get more seats. So if you came in and purchased the builder pack, 9 seats, you get 2 extra, so you end up with 11 seats. So shortly we'll see what happens there. But just going through the table at the moment, when the coin hits $50, you'll be receiving $4.75, and it's 100, $9.50. Where it gets more interesting is where it hits $1,000. So that could be in about a year and a half, roughly. No guarantee, but that's just the estimate. So once that happens, you'll be receiving $95 per day and around $53,000 Australian per year. But let's drop it down to the exchange rate of USA. So when the coin's at $1,000, you'll be receiving $34,000 approximately. It won't be spot on that amount, but it'll be pretty close. So from your one seat, say it takes 3 years to happen. The coin hits $1,000, you're picking up $34,000 a year for about 5 years until halving takes place. But then the coin might be worth even more. So it hits $5,000. Then you would be receiving $475 per day or $172,000 a year. So that's not bad. Who knows if we'll ever hit that level, but if it does, that's the type of money you'll be receiving. So as I said, you could buy the builder pack, which would give you 11 seats on the rocket ship. And that's where it becomes a lot more interesting. Even at $50 in value for the coin, you're receiving $50 a day. So that's about $20,000 a year. So the cost for the builder pack is $8,995. So each year receiving $20,000, even if the coin's just at 50,000, is not a bad outcome. But I'm not guaranteeing that will happen. This is just to give you a bit of idea of what's possible. So now with the 11 seats, we look at a value for the coin at $100, and you're receiving about $100 per day. 1,000, it's around 1,000. So that's not bad. You end up with around $380,000 a year. And if it actually hits $10,000, you're picking up $10,000 a day. So that's from purchasing a 9-pack, which gives you right now an extra 2 seats to give you 11. So that's not bad. I'll just switch pages. Where's my mouse? So here's a bit of a summary, make it slightly more readable. So Texit Coin value at 16 with 11 seats, $16.72 a day, and 52 a day, 100 a day, 1,000 a day. So that's with 11 seats. So why stop at 11? You can purchase 11, and what you actually get through the 9-pack is 3 referral centers, which probably means nothing to you, but what it actually means is you can actually add on 9 more seats times 2 to give you 27 seats plus a few bonus seats. So if you happen to do that, if you had the cash sitting around and you wanted to do that, so let's say we had 27 plus the bonus 2 per 9-pack gives you 32. Oops. $33, is it? End up with 33 seats, which even at a $50 coin value gives you $156 a day and $57,000 a year. That's pretty much going to hit 100 and pretty likely to hit 1,000. So if it hits 1,000, you're looking at $3,100 a day, and 5,000, you'd be looking at $15,000 a day. So not bad, but purely educational, no income guarantees. So that brings me to the end of this presentation. If you are ready to jump in, head over to texitaustralia.com for the contact details. If you want more information, also head over to texitaustralia.com. There's videos you can watch. An interesting one is the path to 16, or I'll just bring up the site for you to have a look at. Oh, sorry. I'll just let you know it's texitaustralia.com. Go there, check it out. Get in contact with me if you're ready to jump in, or you want to talk more. My phone number's on there, email's on there. So thanks for watching, and I hope you found this interesting. See you later.